So I have come to a realization when it comes to Takt Destiny, and some of you might click off or dislike when I say this, but here's the reality that I've kind of come to, especially after today's episode, is I think what's really driving me forward as a viewer, not really as like a critic, well, maybe as a critic and a viewer, right? But what's driving me forward as a viewer when it comes to Takt Destiny is for sure the animation, the gorgeous animation, the beautiful renditions, and like the battle mechanics or the battle animations. Like the battle scenes make everything worth it within Takt Destiny. Now, the reason that I said, I've come to a realization is I've realized that like when it comes to like the plot and the story and what's really driving the anime forward in Takt Destiny really doesn't interest me and it's kind of boring. And when I say kind of boring, I don't mean like to you. You might be like completely enthralled in love with the story. But for me on a personal level, I'm not a musical person. I don't really like I don't play instruments, unfortunately. I'm probably a little bit tone deaf, if anything. So when it comes to like this musical thing that they have going on, I just realized like I really have no interest in it at all. So what's really driving me forward when it comes to Takt Destiny really is like the gorgeous animation and like the beautiful battles that ensue and that happen. Like when Takt and Destiny, or when Titan and Lenny, when they take up arms and they go and fight the D2s, like it is a marvel to look at. And a lot of that comes because, this is from Studio Madhouse, this is from Studio Mappa, and they tend to do some of the most well-rendered battle animations that's really out there. And like there's it's such a pleasantry to watch. Like it's so awesome to be able to watch it. And they are enthralling and they are exciting and they are awesome. Honestly, like them fighting the D2s is really what drives me forward as like a viewer to be able to continue forward. Because if you take the kind of like the battles out of it, like for me, it's a little bit boring. Now, the plot thing that does drive me forward, the one thing that does interest me the most, and they touched on it a little bit here, but I really want to know. Here's what I really want to know from the story and from the plot is the D2s at some point in this world, they disappeared and they came back, or maybe they didn't disappear completely, but they were basically almost gone to where like the world could start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But they were immediately put back into reverse because the D2 started attacking again. And some part of me really believes that this Symphonica has it's like a two-headed snake. Like they are protecting against the D2s, but I feel like they're also the cause of them. We know that there's a lot of science that went on and a lot of research that went on to the meteorites and to the D2s themselves. And we know at this point they've captured D2s, they've probably dissected them, and they're probably able to control and replicate them. So a part of me kind of feels like this Symphonica might be the ones actually like ensuing these attacks, and they have their maestros and conductors and their music arts, they kind of have them to protect so they can keep getting funded, so they can keep doing. Because I mean, in this episode, right, it was focused around Las Vegas, and you had a guy who was running all the farms in Vegas, but really what he was doing is that was just a front for him to be able to run underground casinos, be able to take people's money. I mean, we saw the stacks of money that he had as he was trying to run out. He was like laundering all this stuff. There is more people like him, I bet, at the top of this Symphonica thing. Every time that and this happens in the real world too, every time that there's like some kind of like organization or something, there's a person or people at the top looking what's in it for them. If we do this, what's in it for us? They find some kind of lucrativity. It's like lucrative kind of thing that they have, and then they squeeze it and they squeeze it and they squeeze it. And that seems to be the things that drives, honestly, the real world forward. So when it comes to this, there's really what I think is happening here is I feel like these D2 stuff are fabricated. And I feel like they're being like controlled. Like the D2s might have been extinct, they might have been driven out, but I feel like now they're being kind of spread like wildfire and certain things to kind of keep populace under control, to keep the fear there, so that they can keep their pockets lined and live the good life. We're going to end up seeing what ends up happening as they make their way to the New York Symphonica and as the story kind of rolls out, but I really feel like that's kind of what is happening. Now, again, as a viewer, for me personally, that's what's driving me forward into wanting to watch every week, is seeing if that holds true or what the true story is there, and the beautiful animation. But outside of that, like, the rest of it is like a little bit boring. Like, it just really is. Like, and I'm sorry to say, it's just like a little bit boring. Like, it's not really like that exciting. Like, for me, I'm watching this season, right? I'm watching 10 anime this season. And for me, Takt Op Destiny, as far as like me being like legit excited to watch every week, is probably like the 9th or 8th or 9th anime that I'm like excited about. If I were to put them all in a row, if I put, Mashoko Tensei #1 for me personally, and then I go all the way down, I'll put it pretty low. But as far as like animation wise, it's probably like #2 or #1, because it just really is gorgeous. It really is just a beautiful anime to watch. As far as like, the rest of my thoughts about the episode, like, again, I like Lenny a lot as a character. I like him that he was like the papa. He also hits on Takt a lot too. I really enjoy that. I like his relationship with Titan. I like his demeanor. I really like Lenny a lot as a character, and he grew on me. So I'm kind of sad to see him split up from Takt and Destiny and them. And we knew that was going to happen, but now Takt and them are going to head towards New York, and Lenny and Titan are going to try and take down more evil people, and they probably will hook up again sometime in the future. The rest of the episode, like I said, was just them focusing on taking down the laundry in Las Vegas. It was Lenny and Titan teaching Takt and Destiny more about how to control the music arts and how to be a maestro and what that meant, and how to be harmonious. It was decent. It was a decent episode, but the battles between the D2s were freaking ass fantastic. And that's what I'm here for. So let me know what you guys think about my thoughts in the comments below. Again, you guys might agree or disagree. Let me know. Let's chat down in the comments below on what you guys thought. If you guys missed our reaction this week, go ahead and peep that video out right here. Boom, it's right there. Check that out for me right there. And we'll see you guys next week for the next episode of Takt Op Destiny. To you, to me, peace out, my friends.